All right, so we are going to move on to putting flats on a round 304 stainless rod. So what I'm using again is the 4 flute carbide angle. It's coated, and I'm going to give you a little bird's eye view of how it machines uh, the actual rod. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. We're going to go ahead and hit cycle start and see how this goes. All right, so that was the first pass on this, and I want to kind of show you my setup now. So it's locked into my device here. I actually built a custom, it's called custom fixture to hold the piece in place there. Let me pull it out and show you guys. So what I did was build this little custom piece. It's got a couple set screws, and it's got a 5/16 hole through it, so it basically holds my rod in position so it can get a flat on the end right there. Then you go ahead and move it to the next position. So on each of these, on 3 sides of this tool that I made, you got 1 dot here. That means that's the first position. Rotate it around. You got the 2 set screws, so that's position 2. Move it around. There's 3 dots on the position 3. So since I did position 1 already, I'm going to put the 2 set screw holes up and set it in position, and that's going to be my second operation. And I'll show you how I do that. Alright, so I just kind of loosely put it in my vise, and I'm using this front edge or the side edge right here to line it up to the side edge of my tool. And this is in the second position. I'm just making sure it feels flat across here with my finger, and hold it in position, crank down the vise. So now it's held in the position, it's not going anywhere. So the first flat was about, what was that, 122 degree rotation. And the second position, this is going to be flat here for the next operation here. So let me go ahead and get that started. And before it goes to its own position, I'm going to pause it and reset it so it doesn't go all the way up, so I can save some time. So now I've machined the second flat on my part here. So what I'm going to do is the same thing with my vise. I'm going to loosen it up, take it out a little bit, make sure there's no pieces, particles down there holding it up. I'm going to take this, rotate it around to position 3, and I'm going to set it again. My reference here is going to be flush against the side jaw right here, flush against my tool, and hold it in position with my finger, crank it down on the vise, and this is in position. So I've got 2 flats on the opposite side. We're going to do a third flat right there, and I'm going to push cycle start, brings it up a little bit, brings it back down. There it is. And I'm just going to pause it and stop. And I'm going to pull that out of the vise and show you how it looks. So here it is. It's got the 3 flats. Let me go ahead and take it out of my tool here. And you just use set screws. That I tighten down with the tool. That, slide this out of there. So this is the tool that I made. Again, it's got 6 sides, and I mark every other side to know when I should rotate it, and it clamps down into my vise, and it allows me to do a 3-position flat cut on my stems. So this is 304 stainless steel rods. And how I set this in there, I'll do the next one. So this is my 6th one. I got to do all these things right here. I'll take a blank rod right here. It's about 12 inches long. I'm going to set it inside of my tool like this. And I also have a set piece that allows it to go down further in. So I set it perfectly the same height. There. Okay. So you can see it's set inside of my set tool. And then I'll crank this down here. As long as it's sitting in there. There we go. I can't do this with one hand very well. Hold in position, crank that down there. Put my other set screw. Put that down. So now this tool is set at a specific distance. When I pull it out, this distance right here is going to be exactly the same as all my other ones that I just repeated. So that's kind of how you set the exact distance every time, is with the tool, kind of like a collet, a hex collet that, this will set the actual depth here. And so what I do, take this, go to position 1 right there, and we'll go into my vise, clamp that down, and ready to go on to the next position. So let me show you my tool path here. Zoom out a little bit. So all it's doing is coming down, cutting up this way, cutting around the other way, coming this way, and coming up. It's just a really simple tool path, and it works pretty good for what I'm doing. So anyway, that's how to make the flats on the end of a stainless steel rod, or whatever type of rod you want. If you want to use, like, say, a 3/4 inch rod, you're just going to use a bigger set tool, the hex tool that I showed you. Lock it into place, and use kind of like something like this that'll set the distance consistently. You just put it in, through the hole, and it sets it exactly the same depth, and you want it all the time. So if you ever want to make 3 flat positions on rods, that's how you can do it. I'm sure there's other ways you can do it. There's indexing tools you can buy, but this was the cheapest way because I have the machine to machine out the tools and make them consistently all the time. So anyway, that is this operation. Stay tuned for more operations and more videos, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.